is Stanford Puahi. I grew up in Kalihi, Camp 4 housing or Commitment 4 housing. It's projects up in the valley. Elementary, I went to Kaivai, which is right kind of like walking distance from my house. In middle school, I went to Doe School. And then for high school, I went to Farrington. Graduated in 1995. My mom was sick, so I just got into working, trying to be the man of the house and, just try to help take care of her. Our upbringing was rough. Like, my dad was military, but he was a heavy drinker, abusive, and my mom, she took a lot. I couldn't live a normal life, it was rough. So my upbringing was pretty rough, and then finally when my mom did, they got divorced, it was kind of cool. It was like towards my senior year of high school. Everything started to change, life was cool. But, it just felt like something was missing in my life, a lot of things I did. And then one day I got a call from my coach from a long time ago. And he caught me in the right time because my life was like going downhill. I had no idea what I wanted to do in life and I was just like stressing. He called me and he said, I got a thing I want you to do. So I'm like, oh yeah, what? I got some kids I want you to coach. I'm like, coach, I don't coach, I play sports. He's like, yeah, it's the same thing. You just teach them. So I'm like, how can I teach kids? I don't have patience for kids, But not knowing that when I came here, it's like, that was something that was just an open up my eyes to see these kids because I grew up in the same area and they all had the same problems too. So I started to motivate these kids and sooner or later they started to see, hey man, anything can be accomplished. And then a lot of my kids started to go to school. They're getting like good jobs. I'm like, wow, man, I'm so happy. And then my wife's like, funny, they go to school. What about you? You motivate these kids to challenge themselves, but why don't you do it? Why can't you lead by example? I'm like, reality check. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that. But I got into the BSW program and I was shocked, but at the same time I was scared because it's UH. And I can remember the first time, like I'm sitting in UH in Hamilton Library and I'm looking at my bill. I'm just staring at my bill like, man, where am I gonna get this money from? I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is a lot of money I gotta pay. And then I refresh. Then all of a sudden it went to negative and I'm like, so I emailed the lady at the financial aid and she's like, no, you just got another scholarship. Sitting in the library like tripping, everybody's like looking at me and I'm like, wow, something happened. And I took that to heart because I wasn't gonna stay because I couldn't afford it. But that scholarship, like it just was like sent from God or something. Because now, I'm on my senior year. And like, I see these kids, I'm like telling them, part of me is doing this because I want you guys to see if I can, you can do. But they do the same, they understand what we're here for, these kids. But yeah, like that scholarship really like opened a lot. And then just keeping my grades to where it needs to be so I can get into the master's. And that's what I'm trying to do because if I can get into the master's only 1 year, and that's what I'm striving to do.